Hello. Welcome to the Atrioc broadcast here on April 28th, 2026. Good to fucking see you. I'm back. I am back. I got a little bit sick in Vegas, and now I am back. I feel better, and I am good. I think listen, I'll be honest, bro. Furry convention, that's not a furry convention, but anime conventions, they've got some type of diseases. The next COVID is coming out of Anime Expo or something, bro. Something's going on, dude. It's called One Piece. Yeah, maybe. Good to see you. Does this work? Oh, thank God. I'm back. I'm actually back. I have the fucking pop-in. I'm on page 42 of my 60-page dissertation. Thanks for all the entertainment and fun over the years. Your videos helped in a measurable way. That's very kind. I appreciate you. Good luck on your dissertation. I had to do a thesis at the end of college because I was in the honors college, which I somehow survived despite playing League of Legends for at least 2.5 of the 4 years I was there. I had to do a thesis, and I had to clutch it up. Yeah, exactly. But specifically, you have a thesis advisor. You have a teacher who's supposed to be your thesis partner, I guess, and they have to keep you on track, and you do regular check-ins. But I found the chillest professor who was only a part-time professor. He was a part-time, he owned a marketing agency and then part-time taught as like a side thing. And so I got him, and he was way too busy to care. And so he never checked in. And so there's like 2 weeks until this thing is due. I have to present it. And he's like, hey, I forgot, but can we just check in? Can we have a meeting? And we have this meeting. And he's like, so I'm sorry, I've been totally off the grid, but like you're basically done, right? Yeah, it's Professor Giles. And I was like, oh yeah, bro, I'm basically done. Like it's in the bag, don't worry. And he's like, oh cool, can I see it? And I was like, oh, Brett, I have got to go. I was like literally panicking. I was like, I've got to go. I've got another thing. I've got to go. But 100%, let's do it on Monday. 100%. I've got time. I'll show it to you. And so, I don't know, this is maybe a Friday. I think I have the weekend to write my whole thesis. So I literally do not sleep. No, I only had 2 days because I didn't sleep for 48 hours. I sat there and I had the computer. I remember Ari's mom was helping her move because it was near the end of the semester. And I just completely ignored everyone around me. Energy drinks, mainline 5-hour energy. And I wrote the whole fucking thing. Then I showed it to him Monday, and he's like, oh, thank God. He was like, oh, thank God. Because the way you were talking on when we last met, I thought maybe you didn't have anything. Art of the deal, baby. Art of the deal. I pulled the same thing with my thesis and didn't feel like doing my thesis, so I dropped it, got the credit, and did a capstone course. Wait, I'm sorry. You stayed up 48 hours writing a thesis, then didn't feel like doing it, so you dropped it. What does that fucking mean? What does that mean, bro? Kids these days wouldn't have that experience. They just ChatGPT instead of friendly me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know that it was a great experience, but yes, for sure. Did you end up reconnecting with Brett after they get to the work thing? I did not yet. No, I'd love to, but I didn't. Are you gonna talk about the UAE leaving OPEC today? Maybe. I definitely am interested in it. I mean, I'll give you the high level. It's that UAE and a couple countries have wanted to leave OPEC for a while. The truth is that OPEC has been kind of fraying in recent years because every country's kind of going every man for themselves. Like they want it. OPEC requires you to sell less oil. It requires you to limit, put a cap on the amount you export. And every country is having like budget issues, or they just want to fucking dump more on the market. And so, yeah, I think then additionally, you know, another OPEC member fired missiles at them, which is Iran. So I think UAE is kind of just fucking done with the whole thing. They just want to do their own thing. Did you see the White House suitor? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that today. I'm making a presentation on the future of reserve currencies for school. You haven't talked about how countries diversifying the dollar make the yuan more important in the future. But what do you think we think back in the euro, and how can the EU best make the situation? You want me to do your homework for you? First time chatter comes in. You're making a presentation for school. You like me to live do your homework? Bro, I just told you about locking in. 48 hours, stay up. Fucking deep dive. My feeling is that the dollar will be replaced by a different reserve currency like the yuan or the euro. Mine is that there will be a basket of different currencies, and then the differences between countries and their trade balance will be settled in gold. That's what it's seeming to be heading towards, based on central bank buying. But it could be V-Bucks. It could be V-Bucks. Hello from Germany! Watching your vids every day and enjoying them very much. Will there be an update vid about European politics anyway soon? Yeah, I do actually want to talk about Europe. I want to talk about, first of all, there's like this little bit of tension growing between EU and China. That's been kind of under the radar because obviously America tried to fucking invade Greenland and everything. But, you know, EU has this made in Europe policy, which is ironically kind of based on the made in China 2025 plan that China had. And China is vehemently denouncing it and trying to stop it from going through. And it's the idea that they're trying to move some of the manufacturing back out of China, back to Europe. And, you know, there's definitely a tension there. It's like I've said, like, no matter how, even if they were like 100% politically aligned, even if like Xi Jinping and the leaders of the EU were 100%, you know what, we're fucking homies, ride or die, we trust and love each other. It's just harder to build the same relationship they had, like, for example, with America before everything went fucking crazy. Because China's a net exporting country en masse. They don't buy that much. They want you to buy their stuff, which is hard for Europe, which is a manufacturing export country too. Yo, Big A! After 150 applications this year, finally got a job in my field, Pog. Yo, Fence, congratulations. What is your field? Uber driving. Okay, what is your field, bro? He's a scarecrow? So what you're saying is Europe and China are both tops and they need a bottom to export their products into. Yes, 100%. This is what I'm saying. Thank you for translating it into gay sexual slang. Yeah, they need a bottom, dude. Two tops. There's two greedy tops. It's Valborg in Sweden right now. How are you celebrating? Punching Aiden in the nuts, dude. I don't know what Valborg is, I'll be honest with you. I am using from context clues that it's a Swedish holiday of some sort. But I'm not I'm no sweeaboo like my man Aiden. You should have gone to the Osu part of Level Up Expo. That shit was popping. Let me tell you something, bro. Everyone knows that the Osu community is non-porous. How do I say it? You don't just float into it. You're in for life. You leave in a body bag. I don't want to it's not for me, bro. They don't want me. Anyway, Hey, Big A. From the UK, what is the minimum going to pursue online? How useless it is. This is a really simple question. I'll tell you. The benefits of going to a prestigious university is that the name looks good on a resume. Possibly the education is better. But generally, especially an undergraduate, most universities are giving you a lot of the basics. People are cheating on ChatGPT. But if you're getting in the top tier, it looks good on your resume. It's a better chance of getting a job. That's it. That's the fucking benefit. I'm not capping. But the thing you got to be careful about is like, so there's the top tier, right? There's like your UK, maybe there's like an Oxford, right? Cambridge. And then like there's a tier below that people talk about a lot in America and UK that really doesn't have the same level of cachet, but it costs just as much or more. You got to be really careful with those, bro. If you're at that level, it might be better. Like, it might be better just to go to your fucking state school or whatever. Like, if you're gonna, I think you can get really tied up in trying to get like the most prestigious university you can find. If it's not part of like the ultimate top tier, don't bend your whole life around it. The strongest benefit of a prestigious university is the networking. This is Atrioc chatters, bro. Ain't nobody leaving their dorm room. Ain't nobody leaving. You're networking, bro. Network my ass. Better be in my League of Legends game. Better join my fucking League of Legends game. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that there's a Harvard that is much more affordable and is located in better weather, warm weather. And you can find it in Arizona, Tempe, Arizona, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can find it in the southwest of America. And I say, you know what? ASU probably, well, I'm not going to say, listen, you're a guy that wants to have a fun study abroad. You go to ASU, bro. You don't live in America? Every foreign exchange student at ASU had a good time. Hey, Truck. Hey, chat. Hey, Forrest. Hey, KLAZ, congrats. Hot take on the Steam controller. What's the hottest take I could have? I want to farm a clip. Hot take is that Gabe Newell is putting microphones in the controller to record you so he can steal your voice to make an army of fucking robots. Okay? That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make fucking Half-Life real. To guard his bunker. Yeah. It's underpriced? Is that what's the Steam controller? What's the fucking drama? Costs $100? I see. It's expensive. But have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Valve's new Steam controller isn't perfect, but I'm buying it anyway. You thought about that? All right. The K-shaped gamer economy. Each Steam controller is connected to Gabe Newell's personal drone network so we can become more powerful. I feel like we're already going to miss the days of human-controlled drones. A simpler time when a human could control a drone and autonomously pilot to kill somebody. You work with your hands. You put them on an Xbox controller hooked up to a $800 military drone launched into the forest, and you send it out to do battle. A blue-collar job. And now they're all going to be controlled by the AI. It's going to be Gen Z's Top Gun remake. Gen Z's Top Gun is extremely old Tom Cruise coaching two Zoomers in a drone flight school to beat an AI drone. That's it. We already had our Top Gun. This is Gen Alphas. You think Top Gun Maverick is the Gen Z Top Gun? I've never seen a more Gen X pilled movie of all time. There's no, in no way was that fucking for Gen Z. Top Gun but woke. Daily attendance. Bro, what the fuck you talking about daily attendance? I don't even stream daily. you can't be daily attendance. I'm live once a month. Daily attendance my ass, bro. No, I'm back though. I'm back. Well, let's talk about it real quick. I have been very spotty, and that's because I've been traveling, and I also got hit with a fucking really annoying tax thing from 2024. That apparently I missed, so I had to fight. I got hit with some shit, bro. It's been throwing me off. And, of course, I've been addicted to Warcraft 3, which I dropped out of the tournament, but still love to play. Clancyville. Yeah, it's not my American taxes, folks. Okay, don't worry. It's my Clancyville fucking taxes. Fucking Dirty Dan Clancy found a loophole. Anyway, basically post-China, traveling, trying to catch up on shit, and finally I think I'm good. I canceled all travel. I canceled even lemonade stand travel. I was supposed to go to San Francisco for this interview. I'm not going. I'm sending questions, but it's just Doug and Aiden. I am not traveling for 1 month. 1 month. And I'm going to attempt to stream 6 days a week. I'm still skipping Sundays. And on Tuesdays, like today, I'm going to stream in the mornings. So, that's the plan. That is the plan. 6 days. We're fucking going for it. There's just so much to talk about, bro. I just feel like I've been cooked. So yeah, Eurostream Tuesdays, bro. Don't make a promise. Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep. I'm abandoning all other promises, but I'm working on this. Okay. The problem is the promise tower gets too big. It's like Jenga. So I'm abandoning all of them except for this. This is the one. Just fucking 1 month. Every day but Sunday. Let's fucking go. Anyway, I got a lot of things I want to talk about today, but I'll answer some questions for a bit and just provide. This is a real post from a #1 overall pick in this year's NFL draft. I also have to leave in like 2 hours probably for the podcast. Okay, this is a real post. Dude, why is my LinkedIn named Atrioc VODs? You put me on LinkedIn? And did I have not updated this? Atrioc VODs? I'm going to get so many jobs, bro. I'm going to get so many jobs. All right, Fernando Mendoza. And I'm not really a football guy, to be honest with you. I don't know this guy. Monday night, my teammates and I had the honor of raising the national championship trophy and bringing a CFB title back to Bloomington, Indiana for the first time in history. With the guidance of our coaches and the unwavering support of Hoosier Nation, our band of brothers made the unbelievable believable. Here's what winning a national championship taught me about B2B sales. Kidding, kinda. #1, believe in yourself. Oh my God. #2, take the risk. When it's a 4th and 5 at the 12-yard line, go for it. #3, remember who got you there. This is incredible. 112,000 likes. LinkedIn is so sick, bro. LinkedIn is the best. AI slot post? Legitimately, I don't think so. I think that was so stupid it wasn't AI. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think AI would have written it better. Legitimately, that was so basic that it was like a classic human written post. ASU developed a new AI platform to replace its teacher? What? ASU AI teacher. What? Arizona State University rolled out a platform called Atomic that creates AI-generated modules based on lectures taken from ASU's faculty by cutting long videos down to very short clips, then generating text and sections based on those clips. Out of context, extremely short clips. Bro, doesn't it feel like all of society is turning down into short clips? Every fucking thing in society, TV shows, movies, books, college, is now all short form, vertical clips. TikTok for university, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. It's awesome. Anyway, that is a little dystopian, I'll be honest with you. But who knows? This is what Quibi should have been. Quibi should have been a university education. I hate to break it to you, but the FOMC meeting tomorrow is going to be filmed vertically in under 60 seconds. Probably the guy after Powell will do that. Tomorrow, by the way, better tune in. Also early stream because it is Jerome Powell's final FOMC. Final, the grand finale. 07. Additionally, worth noting that tomorrow is also the earnings reports of like 5 out of 7 of the Mag 7. It's like Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, like they're all doing it. So it's a big day. Everything lined up. It's a perfect storm. Jerome Powell and his and Jerome Powell could say some crazy shit. He likely won't, but he could on his last one. He could even imply that he's not stepping down from his spot on the governor, on the governor voting board. So it's gonna be some big swings tomorrow, probably. It's like, I'm a game designer. They got laid off a few months ago. I'm considering accepting an offer to work for a company that makes games, but mostly does military contracts for simulation training. I don't know how I feel about working for a military contractor. Can you help me weigh the ethics? And if not, can you ask your dad? Can I ask my dad? Well, he gave out his email. Why don't you just email him? My general advice on this stuff is get your life figured out first. So unless it's like selling drugs to kids or whatever, if you're working at a game dev studio, take the job. Work on game dev. Get a resume. Don't go into fucking poverty. That's what I would say. That's my fucking advice. I can understand, feel it out and also give it a shot. Feel it out. See what you think. But also, here's another thing. Here's another thing, bro. It's easier to look for a job when you have a job. So you could even take this job and then go job hunting with a job and you'll have a better chance of, you know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of reasons why I would not, I'm unemployed, but I don't want to be employed. Should I start and become a Twitch streamer? Well, Twitch streaming is the hardest job there is. So I would recommend not doing that. Okay. You would be begging to be employed in a coal mine after one day as a Twitch streamer. I promise you that. The thing I'm going through is Lefty Boy. Welcome. First time chat. And you're here for a real one, a real stream. Oh my God. I got a little presentation today. I'm gonna talk about the conspiracy theories around the White House Correspondence Center. Anyway, welcome to chat. Can I become a paid chatter? What's the going rate? I mean, you get whooshed. How about that? You're paid in exposure, bro. Think about that. Just say some nice things. I'll whoosh you right up. In this market, drug dealer probably has better job security. Well, they can't fire you, right, from being a drug dealer. As long as you have the will and some drugs, you are a drug dealer. You're your own boss, really. You can get jailed, but you can't get fired. Someone saying doctors are always in need is a funny thing to say because, yeah, I mean, it's true. Doctors can find jobs. It's just you can't just jump into being a doctor. Doctors are always in need, so just go take 10 years and do tons of schooling, then a residency, then you had a bunch of student debt. Just go do that and knock that out. And then, by the way, maybe they're not in need at the end. Who knows? Chinese peptide dealers are making the same amount of money as Bezos right now. I can't confirm or deny that. I will say cost of living there is lower, so you can make a lot less and live like Bezos. That is for sure. What do you consider harder, YouTube or streaming? It's impossible to quantify because they're both so difficult. You don't understand, bro. They're so difficult. It's like, what is harder? Storming the hill in battle or jumping on the grenade to save people in a foxhole? It's like they're both difficult, bro. It's like they're both require courage and finesse and wait, I think this is there. The light was off. Thank you for your sacrifice. Murphy's Law, no problem. No problem, bro. Iris Boyligan, welcome. Red Penguin Ninja, thank you for the prime. Pixel Dimensions, thank you for the 32. Freak the fuck out and sell everything, it's over. Dude, if anything, it's been the opposite. The market has been so almost insanely positive. The stock market has been just given everything else, it is unreal how well the Dow is doing, the golden age. It's W Trump, I guess. That's what I have to say. It must be him. Will you be doing a EU chat edition from Ticker Streaming Workday? Maybe. That'd be a fun idea for sure. Will you co-stream Worlds again, given recent drama around the whole thing? What's recent drama? Ooh, drama? This is a drama stream at heart. What's recent drama? Worlds went woke? You need to pay for co-streaming rights? Wait, really? Oh, it was like the co-streaming drama. I remember that. Yeah, but someone said, somebody, I don't remember who, but they were like, co-streaming and Cadril is hurting league viewership or something like that, right? Cadril killed esports. That's a bunch of horse shit. If anything, I'll just tell you right now, co-streaming is the only thing saving that shit. People wouldn't watch it at all, would have zero fucking viewers. People only watch it through the lens of, no, it's not even close, bro. That shit would be dead. Yeah, I disagree. I disagree super hard. Now, do I think there should be some way for the money, like a good percentage of the money to go back to Riot? Yeah, I do. I do think it's fucking crazy that co-streamers have figured out a hack where, you know, an entire company puts on a multi-million-dollar show and they get all the upside. Like, I think obviously it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not sustainable. And the only way it's worked so far is because everyone lies to advertisers about where they're watching it. Maisie, you have drama? What's the drama? We're doing drama. This is Drama Tuesdays. Welcome to Drama Tuesdays. You have drama with me? Uh-oh. Why is Maisie angry? I DM'd you about balloons and you didn't respond. Drama! Drama! Uh-oh. Wait a minute. YTA. I'm getting called out here. Maisie, you DM'd me. Okay, I did respond. This counts as responding. I'm going to show you guys the fucking interaction that is causing this drama. The Atrioc situation is crazy. She said, no way, you have to play Fortnite again because there's a dart monkey in it. Now, bear in mind, I got this message from 1 million people and tweeted at me. I clicked the eyes emoji. That's a response. That means seen. There's nothing else to say. That's a response. Eyes emoji is a response. It is an indicator that, hey, gotcha, seen it, funny, interesting. I'm not using emojis is so millennial. How many days in a row are you guys going to call me a millennial? But in a way that implies that I don't agree. Yes. I am a millennial. Bro, I am a millennial. I love millennial shit. Millennials rule. Oh, wait, I got to tell you something, though. For real, for real. For real, on God, on God, on God. Ladies and gentlemen, as of, 2 days ago, every millennial is now 30 or above. There's no more 20s millennials. I'm a millennial and 29. Nope, you're not. You're a cross. Every millennial, all the people saying they're 29 and millennials, nah, you're a zillennial, bro. All pure breed millennials are unk. Okay? And the age range is like the youngest millennials turn 30. Where is this? Yeah, 1996. Yeah. This is the year. Okay? Actually, there's probably still some that are born in December. Never mind. It really would have to be January 1st of next year. The point is, millennials are 30. Okay? The point is, millennials are 30. And that means officially that we are unk. I mean, there's just no getting around it. Millennials are now the unk generation. It's like everyone's 30 plus. You done, now I've been unk. Don't worry about me. I'm just saying that millennials as a group was kind of like it was a range. I think I'm a middle millennial because millennials go back to people born in the 80s, right? There's millennials that are like 10 years older than me. But then there was millennials that were also younger than me, and now they are also 30. Now they're all 30, bro. There's 45-year-old millennials. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I hear about millennials, they got like 2 kids. It's crazy to me, but I guess it's happened. There's millennial parents with like grown-up kids, 12-year-old kids, 13-year-old kids. You have 2K kids? I have 3.7K kids, bro. W Crave living 60 months. So wait. So what is the youngest Gen Z? Youngest Gen Z. Were born in 2012 or 2010. So they're either 16 or 14. That's kind of their Zalphas. That's kind of a Zalpha crossover. Let's say 16 for pure Gen Z. Zalphas, yeah. Pure. 16 is pure. Zoomers are already unks. So wait, so the oldest Zoomers are 29? Fucking unk-ass generation, bro. I'm sorry. Bro, how embarrassing is to be Gen Z and 40? That's coming up, dude. Yeah, I'm Gen Z. I'm 40. That's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be yuck. That is gonna be yuck, dude. You'll be 41st? Yeah, you're not understanding what I'm saying. It's that millennial's an uncoded name. Millennial. It's like it already sounds. It's tied to the millennium. But to be Gen Z, and when you're, it's gonna be weird. Gen Z sounds youthful, but they're not gonna be. It's gonna. What do we? Can't wait for millennials to become the next boomers. Pfft. God willing. Problem is, we're starting from a worse spot. By now, the boomers had accumulated much more wealth. Millennials will get big voting power, but we're inheriting a country loaded with debt that's sort of decaying. So it's not as fun as inheriting a country that's firing on all cylinders, the most dominant world hegemon. Everyone else in recovery from World War II. That's a cooler thing to inherit. It's everything's up and to the right. The graph is fucking crushing. Might as well kick down the road I am on. Who dat? You know what? Good fucking advice, King. Good fucking advice. And that's big of you because you're Gen Z. You're young enough that it'll really impact you. But if you don't mind, if you don't, can I have your permission to just kick it down the road? You guys can handle it, right? We'll take it from here, millennials, and we will print like crazy. We'll kick it down the road. You know what? If we kick that can hard enough, we can skip right over Gen Z and put all the problems on Alpha. Handshake? They're too young to know. Handshake? Come on, bro. Let's fucking do it. Let's just dump it on them. And they'll get AI to do it or something. They'll get that figured out. Stop saying it as a joke. We both know that's how it'll go down. Nah, I actually disagree. If you want me to get all serious for a second, I don't think the can kicking. Well, I could be wrong. I'll say this is a full caveat. I could easily be wrong. They always find new fucking creative ways to kick the can. But the old can kicking methods are running out of steam. They're not working the way they used to. They don't work. So I'm not so sure that we can kick it. I think the 2020s is where the can landed. I legitimately believe that we kicked this fucking can and it landed in 2020s and that we can't move it. And now consequences. It's the consequences decade. You might try to kick it, but it landed in the mean neighbor's yard. Yeah, exactly. Herms, thank you for the 29 months. Thank you for the European friendly stream. Bro, anything from my EU bucks. Trying to heal transatlantic relations, bro. I don't know what caused it. I can't think of a single reason why America and Europe might be at odds, but we gotta heal it. We gotta heal this. Maybe it was Joe fucking Biden and he was too sleepy for these Europeans. I don't know. But I'm trying to heal. It's because you didn't stream at noon. That's what I'm going live early. King Pelican, thank you for the 2 months. I love you. Someday can we talk about land value tax? Bro, it's not that I'm against Georgism or land value tax. It's that it's like a religion to people that are into it. They think every single problem in the world can be solved with land value tax, and it's all they want to talk about. And so that's why I hate even bringing it up. It's become, when you're a hammer, all you see is nails. When you're a 25-year-old, probably white, just graduated college student, and you wanted a simple solution to fix all the world's problems, you come up with Georgism. But I agree. I agree that it's good. I mean, it'd be better than what we have now. I'm in favor of more. I'm in favor of more creative ways of taxing inherited wealth in general. Sounds pretty woke to me. True. But again, my biggest thing is estate taxes. That's what I like more than anything else. I actually would reduce taxes on small businesses. I would fucking stop tying health insurance to business. I would put greater funding in antitrust. I would remove weird laws that limit people's ability to form unions. And I would increase the inheritance tax more than anything else. Sips fancy sparkling water. Yes, I can no longer opine about tax policy because I'm drinking a San Pellegrino. Yes, sir. I do think when you grab it like this, it does look like you're fucking in Saint-Tropez. Sipping Sandy P from the bottle. This guy wants to be NL so bad. Does NL do that? I've never seen NL do that. And nobody's doing it like me, bro. I have like 30 of these. This is all in 24 hours. I bought a case and I just been chugging. Don't even pretend that anyone's on my level. Fiona Apple Gaming, thank you for the 41 months. Imagine being the last head on the chopping block because of sparkling water, Monka S. No. Will we see Atrioc and Mr. Beast? Oh, Mr. Beat. I was hard on argue for estate tax with my friends who aren't very wealthy and they are super against it. My government will tax me enough. Yeah, people don't like taxes in general. But I think you could make a strong case for estate taxes over other types of taxes. However, I would also cut spending. Can I one more time? I know this is like completely unrelated, but I do want to bring it up. I know that I've talked about this before, but I just want people that are only because people agree with me when I say raise taxes or whatever. They agree with me, but they also don't agree with me when I say, look, we do have a fucking problem, and it's the leaky pipe, and I just have to talk about the leaky pipe. Okay, I love talking about the leaky pipe. I think the leaky pipe is so important. Okay, we dump so much money into the healthcare pipe. This is like healthcare, okay? And we get such a tiny little trickle out. Do you understand? So if you were to raise taxes and dump even more money, it would not change. We would still get a tiny trickle of healthcare. And it's because there is so much being siphoned off by middlemen. And this applies to a lot of things, not just healthcare. This is like, if you don't fix this problem, the efficiency problem, and by the way, this is not an endorsement of the Department of Government Efficiency, which didn't do anything on this front. But this problem is core, it's fundamental. If, think about it like this. You know how if you go to like a 24-hour fitness, sometimes it's kind of dirty, kind of smelly. Sometimes there's not enough equipment, there's not enough squat racks. It's busy, but it's cheap. It's 24 hours, it's cheap. So it's like, all right, I'm paying a little less, but whatever. It gets the job done. And if you go to like an Equinox, it's like, oh, this place is fucking nice. Everything is crisp, everything's clean. There's a lot of open space. They give you free little waters, but it's expensive as fuck. We are in the middle where we have Equinox prices and 24-hour fitness quality. That's American tax policy right now. Okay? We're not getting the fucking benefit. So what you want is either you go fucking full Nordic country and you have Equinox quality and you keep the prices high, or you cut it to the bone but everyone has more money in their pocket and then you're stuck with that. But we have the worst problem. We're dumping all this money. Like, you could just give this money back to people and like you figure it out. That's one policy. Okay? Or you can use it in the government, but they have to use it efficiently. But we have the worst. We have the worst option of the two. Okay? Add another lane. It always works with freebase. We pay more than Nordics, including the tax now? No, I don't actually think that's true. I've heard people say that, but when you look into it, it's not. It's closer than people say. I'll give you that, especially if you're in like California. But no, I think overall tax burden is higher. On like a middle class person in the Nordic countries, the middle class tax burden is higher. What is a sovereign wealth fund? Canada just announced one. Yeah, sovereign wealth fund is like some portion of the money that a government has in taxes is saved. You know, you get all this tax money, ooh, and you spend it on government services, schools, roads, bailouts for rich people. And then some portion of it goes to a sovereign wealth fund. And that fund buys, I don't know, stocks, bonds, real estate, investments that's designed to grow up in value over time. Okay? Kind of like a rainy day fund, you know, gives you your country some financial freedom, etc., etc. Yeah. What I would say is Canada announcing one. I'm not trying to be critical of Canada here. I'm sure they have a plan for it. It's not a crazy idea in general to start doing this, just to be saving in general. But they really work best if you're like a massive surplus oil. I guess Canada is a resource heavy nation. Maybe that's why they're doing it. And you're supposed to take this money and invest it in like things that'll help diversify your economy away from just oil, you know? You get a lot of extra oil money. It doesn't really, like, America doing a sovereign wealth fund doesn't really make sense. First of all, it would primarily be invested in American stocks, which is a weird double down bet on our economy. And then secondly, it's that we are massively in debt. We're just massively, massively in debt. We can't even afford the government services. So the idea, we just need to figure this out. We need to figure out the basic relationship before we start adding about crypto fund or sovereign wealth fund. Would this not be the worst time to start a rainy day fund? A sovereign wealth fund? Is there a point to invest in a rainy day when the rainy day is so near? I think you could debate the other way, where it's like, hey, we've been doing it wrong for so long. The best time to start is now. Does the U.S. have any oil? Isn't it all privately owned? How do you guys think taxes work? I don't understand. Do you realize that if there's a privately owned oil company in America and they sell a bunch of oil and make a bunch of money, the government makes more money? That's how taxes work. Percentage. You get a percent. They get a percent. Like if the economy grows, America gets more tax revenue. Oddly human. I know you've constantly talked about how we need to fix these problems, but what is actually look like something we do fix jobs inside? Like I've said, we're in triage phase. Step one is we got to get rid of Donald Trump. That's step one. We can talk about more specifics after that, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to get rid of him and put in Baron Trump, and then we'll be fine. I think we should nationalize everything because only Trump could make these companies even more profitable. They're taking over fucking Spirit Airlines. Oh, God. Taxpayer-backed takeover of the financially distressed Spirit Airlines using the Defense Production Act to prevent collapse. You know, shit should be allowed to fail, bro. If you run a company poorly, it should fail. We've completely destroyed the creative destruction part of the system that is supposed to make things better. That's what works. That's what makes the money allocated more efficiently. If the best strategy right now in business is to run a business poorly but have friends in government, then what's the fucking point? It's like socialized losses for the rich. It's very, very frustrating. Spirit Airlines should fail. And you know what happens when Spirit Airlines fails? Is all of its fucking assets, you know, plane stuff, go up for sale. They get other people can buy them. Okay? It's not like it's gone forever. It'll move. It's like, okay, think about like if there's like a dog shit business in your town and it goes out of business. Well, all of the fucking like an office. Office goes out of business. All right, well, now all of a sudden, there's office space that's cheap. All the chairs they had are now cheap. They're being sold. All the fucking equipment is cheap. And that allows new businesses to pick it up on cheap and start new ideas. Okay? That's what works. But instead, we can take all our taxpayer money and subsidize it so it never fails, even though it's running efficiently. That's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Mm. Does there become a point where a company is too large for that argument to work? In my opinion, no. But I understand why people might say that. But in my opinion, no. There is no company that should be too large to fail. I don't believe it. In fact, I think that's why they should be broken up. I believe like the top 3 things the government should be focused on is antitrust. I think it's like more important than anything else. We should listen. The true freedom in any economic interaction is when you can say, fuck you, I'm going somewhere else. If you don't have that, no matter what economic system you're under, you're not really free. Until you can say, fuck you, I'm going down the street somewhere else, then you're always at the mercy of something. You're always being in a bad power dynamic. And so the goal of government should not be to run everything. It should not be to save losing companies. It should be to make sure that in every situation, whether it's fucking groceries, whether it's people going to their kids' hockey games, whether it's whatever, all these situations, you have other options. You should have multiple options. Whether it's cars. This guy's a goddamn socialist. Everything I'm describing is not socialism. I understand that we've used these terms so brokenly in America because someone like Ted Cruz would be like, oh, you want to spend tax money on government services? That's fucking socialist. I understand that there's some fucking psychos, but what I'm talking about is like so basic. Like it's shit that worked. Antitrust sounds bad, like being against trust. They need to change it in. You know, this is such a stupid comment, but I do agree with you. I do agree. I think antitrust has been so poorly named, bro. It's so poorly named. If LS were to fail, would you look at the government bailout? Well, it's important for national security reasons, okay? A strong lemonade stand is what keeps America healthy. So in that case, of course, we would need a multi-billion-dollar bailout. That's why I'm against woke, because I'm too eepy. Can't be woke when you're this eepy. Damn, there's something powerful there. Leah, thank you for the 70 months. Can't be woke when you're this eepy. Trump wants to give up and declare victory while giving them control of the trade and enrichment, by the way. I mean, that's on the latest update I saw. The latest update I saw out of Iran, which is like we're day 50 something. Remember, this was supposed to be a fucking 2-week excursion max. We're on day 50 something of the Iran war. Is that Iran offered to open Hormuz if the U.S. ends the blockade and they just don't talk about nuclear enrichment. They said, we'll do that separately. So full Hormuz ceasefire. But I believe it was rejected because whether they still truly care or not, nuclear enrichment was the casus belli. was the reason for going to war publicly. Did you see UAE leave OPEC? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. But it is a big deal. It is a big fucking deal. UAE leaving OPEC. OPEC's been fracturing for a minute. OPEC, a conglomeration of countries that all agree to limit the supply of oil they produce in order to keep the price higher than it should be. Cartel, basically. And each individual member of OPEC has been going through some big, some small financial issues that make them want to produce more than their peers. And so a lot of them have been doing it in secret. Some members of OPEC have been like secretly pumping more than they what is OPEC? I just said it. I'm in the middle of saying it. I'm talking about it right now. I'm saying the definition. Might be I just got here. No, I know you just got here, but I was saying it as there's no way you just got here and didn't hear. While I was saying the words OPEC, I was explaining what it is. What does it stand for? Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. I don't know if it's organization or something, but of Petroleum Exporting Countries. And so anyway, the countries are becoming strained with the rules of OPEC. And finally, UAE just said, I'm fucking out. We're dipping. We're gonna produce as much oil as we want. So, if we weren't in a giant oil crisis, this would be nominally good for oil prices. If OPEC fractures or frays, more people will pump oil and it will be cheaper. Why isn't the U.S. in OPEC if it exports oil? Well, when OPEC was created in the 70s, the U.S. was not an exporter of oil. In fact, the U.S. getting super into oil production and shale export is largely a response to OPEC to try and get out from under their thumb. Yeah. Will this have a cascading effect on OPEC members? Yeah, likely. I mean, I couldn't tell you for certainty, but the idea is that if one a cartel only works if all members of the cartel stay solid. The more they break ranks, the more it all comes undone. It's kind of every man for themselves. So I would say this is a pretty impactful announcement. Hmm. Are rare earth minerals really that rare? On the contrary, no, they're very, very, very common. The hard part is refining them, which is all done in China. You can actually find rare earth minerals fucking everywhere. They're not really that rare at all. But once you have them, you have to process them and refine them. And the tech for that is entirely in China. They've built up the entire supply chain. There's a lot of startups being made right now, a lot of money flowing into. If any of you have an idea on how to make or how to refine rare earth outside of China, start a startup. You'll get free money from the government, bro. Everyone's doing it. Hey, big guy, I have a final round of interviews in an hour. Do you have any advice? First time going this far in the interview process. Final round of interviews, you're usually in a good spot, bro. Don't be crazy. Ask some questions. Show that you're seriously considering it. Without knowing more, I wouldn't give you any more details. But if you made it to final round, you're probably good. Just don't go off the rails. In the middle of the interview, pull up this stream and say, you watch Big A, and then say, my man, the Glizzmeister has a lot of interesting things to say. And then when he starts talking, go, shh, Big A is talking. And then turn the volume up on your phone. That ought to convince him. That ought to convince him. If that doesn't do it, I don't know what will. That shows power move. That shows like confidence. Risky maneuver. If he's a fan, he might hire you. But if he's not. Oh, you know what? Now that I think, I guess it is kind of risky. Thank you for your insight. Wow. Wait a minute. That's actually kind of true. It actually would be kind of risky to pull up Atrioc stream in the middle of an interview and force him to watch it. I didn't really think about it, but you actually put that in a really interesting way. Appreciate your deep insights. Atrioc, was it a false flag? Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, there was a shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Was it a false flag? Does this show up? Few days, was this like 48 hours ago, a little less? Donald Trump was on stage at the White House Correspondents' Dinner being charmed by a mentalist when all of a sudden shots rang out. Confusion, chaos, panic. J.D. Vance was rushed away before Trump, I might add. They got Vance out of there way faster than the president. They come back for him. This guy puts his leg over the table like a for what reason, bro? Guests dived under tables. Kash Patel walked around, I guess, head of the FBI, while his girlfriend was hiding in a room with another man who was holding her hand. Oh. Whoa. And then, some uniquely American things happened. This guy, during all the commotion and shooting, just kept on eating his dinner.
Who's in the room? Secretary Pete Hegseth is in that room. You've got Scott Bessent.
Completely unfazed.
You have Tulsi Gabbard in that room. You, of course, have J.D. Vance in that room, naturally the President of the United States. And as John mentioned, the White House correspondent.
Bro, just macking, dude.
Are presently broadcasting.
Not phased. People started stealing and looting. People still went to all the parties, but uneasily. After the gunfire, the parties went on, but uneasily. Okay? So, definitely a uniquely moment. We certainly know how to handle a shooting here in America, folks. We've been through quite a few. But the most interesting thing, the most interesting aspect is what your comment brought up to me, which is that immediately after this attack on Trump and his administration, false flag conspiracy theories swirled in a way that I haven't seen in my lifetime, even with the Butler shooting or any of the other things related to that in my lifetime. This is the most immediate false flag conspiracy theory rising. Correspondence center shooting unleashes conspiracy theories. And if you go on social media, and this is headline articles, but on social media, it was rampant all over Twitter, all over Reddit, all over Instagram. Staged. How many assassinations can one man choreograph? Why is half the internet saying it was staged? Trump needs to get better screenwriters. We're taking the same show over and over again. All staged. Too obvious. I was there. It was staged. It's not even a highly complex thing to do. This removes all doubts. 100% staged. So staged. Okay, that was the idea. Now I'm not gonna bury the lead here. I don't personally think this was staged. I'm pretty confident that it seems real. But I think what's more interesting is why. Why is this the mood right now? And why, by the way, are there some uniquely weird things about this one? I want to talk about it all. So let me go into it. First of all, I think a lot of people are intuiting on a lizard brain level that Trump lately has a lot of motive to at the very least make this seem like a big deal. He has a lot of motive because Trump is in a polling free fall. I mean, this is a few days, like a day before this actually happened, but an absolute polling free fall. His approval numbers are in complete collapse. Consumer sentiment is the lowest on record, literally the lowest it's ever been recorded. We're going back to the 50s here. People have never been more upset about the economy. This includes 07, this includes 01, this includes the 70s. This includes all recessions. People are extremely upset. And we're technically not in a recession. So it can only get worse. I mean, people are fucking mad. Additionally, not only people are unhappy with the economy, people are just unhappy in general. American self-reported well-being is at all-time lows. People just feel deeply unhappy with the state of their country, with the state of the world. Everything. People are just not happy. And so all of this combines to make his position look pretty fucking weak. And the last time something like this happened, it worked out pretty well for him, okay? The last time there was an event like this, it really helped his polling. He won the coveted Mark Zuckerberg vote, okay? He got the lizard vote.
Yeah, I mean, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But
So this was the mood around the last time. Okay, a lot of people called it badass. Even I made a Big A clip back when this happened. But let's get it out of the way. If the election is between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, Biden will not win. He will not win. It just won't happen. It already was looking cooked, and then Trump got a photo of him in front of the American flag holding up a fist while bleeding from his ear, bro. I can't think of it. So even the top comment on my Big A clip was the photo he got is unironically the coldest photo I've seen this year, and I'm not a Republican. This shit goes hard, okay? And there's clearly, I mean, I get this, why people are feeling so weird about this one. There's clearly an attempt to lean into this type of feeling again. House Republicans, fight, fight, fight. So of course this guy's like, okay, fine, they staged it. Because there's such an obvious attempt to like recreate the same magic. Barry Weiss and Susie Weiss, who own CBS and the Free Press, put out, this is their big takeaway. My takeaway from the White House Correspondents' Dinner, dudes rock. That was the big takeaway. They're just trying to lead into this whole like masculine energy. This is so cool. He's back. People that use the word vehicle and opine in the Roman Empire. Is that the big takeaway? Additionally, another weird quirk about this thing is that Donald Trump has not attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner since becoming president in 2016. He has skipped it every single year. In fact, I think the last time he attended it was when Obama was president. Trump got roasted in the audience, and like that's considered the origin story of his villain arc.
All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience For example, no, seriously, just recently in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks.
That smile.
And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
Oh no, Obama, you don't know what you've done. You don't know what you've done. So ever since that moment, Trump didn't attend. And then now out of the blue, he decides to attend for the first time in a decade plus. And something happens, it feels suspicious. And then there's all the weird stuff that people go off into online where it's like, oh my God, the shooter's name was Cole Allen. And there's an account that's been inactive since 2023 that posted just the word Cole Allen in 2023. And this is the only post it has. And if you look at their banner and you break this down, it looks just like the Butler shooting photo. Holy fuck. Wait, what the hell? What the hell? And then at the same time, you have Caroline Levitt saying shit like this before the event starts.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all.
Okay, so I understand that all of this is like, whoa, in hindsight, but it really reminds me more of this joke by Nick Mullen.
But that was always so funny to me because it's like, what do you think happened, right? Like the fucking CIA was like, okay, plan's ready to go. Ready to blow up the World Trade Center. There's only one step left. The clues. Yep. Yeah, it's clue time. It's time to get the clues out there, so we're gonna have the Treasury team up with Mad Magazine.
You know what I'm saying? Like this image right here, this art was made before the Butler photo. It was a year before. So you're telling me this lines up to a photo they couldn't possibly have planned? It doesn't, you know, it doesn't line up to me. And people say shots fired all the time. So I'm not really buying into that. Well, I do think it's weird. This part was weird. I mean, Fox News does cut off.
I want to just quickly tell you, I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me. And, you know, right as the dinner was starting, you know, the national anthem happened. And then he kind of leaned over and said, you know, I watched you on TV. You do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, you know, there are some.
They just cut him off?
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. And this happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people attempting to utilize the same cell.
But again, the only thing that was like really weird about it, not really weird, the thing that was funniest to me about it was that, okay, Donald J. Trump, let's say you planned all this. Let's say this is all some massive conspiracy to help your polling numbers, to get the attention back on you, and to get the political goodwill to enact your agenda. What are you going to use this moment for that you spent all this planning on? And it turns out it seems to be entirely about the ballroom. By the way, this would be true whether or not this is a conspiracy. This is just people jumping on an opportunity. But it seems to me they've seized this moment at a time of real polling disaster for Trump, and they've seized this moment and used it entirely for the ballroom. Now, again, Americans, as I say, are strongly disapproving Donald J. Trump on cost of living. They have never been more angry about cost of living. They are super upset with him. What is the one thing that'll turn that around? A expensive taxpayer-funded ballroom. That's what you're going to use this moment for. So what's interesting is, right before all this happened, a judge had banned further construction on the White House ballroom. There's a lawsuit over it. And he said the only thing you can work on are things related to security-related work, okay? If it's like a bunker or national security thing, you can work on that. Everything else needs lawmakers' approval. So it was banned. And immediately after this attack, well, now they're saying that all of it is security-related work, that this is so important.
We have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons.
The Secret Service has wanted the ballroom for 150 years.
But today's
because it's drone-proof.
A little bit different, because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before.
To be clear, the White House Correspondents Center would not be held in the ballroom even if it were to exist. It's about 3,000 people more. Doesn't make any sense. You got Lindsey Graham going out there saying,
a meeting space that is secured on the White House grounds that would allow people to do what they did at the Hilton Hotel is necessary. I'm convinced if there had been a presidential ballroom adjacent to the White House, the guy would have never gotten in. We're going to end.
Again, using this moment, every time this happens, the amount of political will you get from it gets smaller and smaller. And so using the drop that you got from this on the fucking ballroom is so crazy. They're already pushing for a $400 million additional package. I thought this was going to be paid for by the donors for the White House ballroom. And they're urging the lawsuit against the ballroom to be dropped after the shooting. So they're at least trying to capitalize on this moment to turn it into a pro-ballroom situation. They wanted to dismiss the case in light of last night's extraordinary events. Now, what's extra interesting is that coordinated around this is a social media campaign. Now, Ashley St. Clair, I believe mostly known for her guest appearance on Fortnite Friday, but she's a 10-year conservative influencer who was dating Elon Musk, who has now flipped. She has a little clip where she talks about what it's like getting paid to promote concepts like this in the conservative influencer space. If it'll play.
I should say a script. And so do these right-wing influencers. They are given a script, they are paid, and they post it. And the only difference is that they do not have to disclose that it's an ad because of our current laws and regulations.
I mean, it's a long fucking video. She just talks about how there's the group chats, they put in things, you can get paid, and you can say what you want. And so people are cashing in on it. And it does seem to fit when you go on social media and see every single one of these accounts making the exact same push as to this is why we need Trump's ballroom. We need the White House ballroom. Thank God they're building a ballroom. Like, this is not a normal human reaction to a shooting on the president, is that, holy fuck, we need the ballroom. And by the way, this is 4 examples, but there's like a zillion, okay? There's like a zillion of these accounts all talking about the fucking White House ballroom, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, I think all that stuff is suspicious. But all, in my mind, that lines up with a normal, cynical capitalization on an event. I'm going to tell you why I don't think this is likely staged, okay? This is a real guy. This is a real guy. In fact, he's probably only 2 people removed from me. I think Aiden is probably friends with a guy that knows him, because it turns out he's a fucking SoCal smasher. He's a SoCal Smash Bros. Player, which is fucking insane. Like, literally, I'm not even joking. I think Aiden has met a guy who's met this guy. That's how close they are. And he's already being punished, by the way, not just by having his face down on the carpet, but because this is what he looked like when he was arrested, and this is how they drew him in the courtroom sketch. So they're punishing him hard, okay? I don't, who the fuck drew this? They did him dirty. But he was a SoCal Smasher. And here's why. Here's why I think. Listen, I could be in my head because I've been reading this book. I've been reading this book. It's called Mutiny, The Rise and Revolt of the College-Educated Working Class. This guy had a post that stuck with me. He said, most of the modern political assassins ended up being smart people that are socially frustrated and downwardly mobile, mirrors the French Revolution. And it lines up with what I'm reading in this book, which basically is that we have this surplus of people who did a lot of work getting education and are graduating into an environment with very, very few opportunities. And like I've said before, I am a strong believer that anger comes from unmet expectations. And there's people who have been built up years and years of expectations that are now being violently unmet. And nothing makes people more angry than that. It literally makes people so angry. And so you can go into this a little bit more, but there's math behind this. So look, support for political violence is highest among those with graduate degrees. 40% of those with graduate degrees say violence is necessary to create social change. People who go through these degrees and don't feel like they've received what they want are angrier, are more likely. I disagree. It's not based. I think you guys are whack as fuck for saying it. I'm going to disagree right now. I think you guys do not want to live in a society where everyone's doing violence, but I'll just say it out loud. I want to put it on record. You can say what you want. Anyway, I'm explaining why, though. His subject, this is from the book. A lot of them are in their 20s or early 30s. This is the person he's describing. He's like, who is the angriest right now? He's describing it. People in their 20s or early 30s who come out of college with heavy debts and unrealistic expectations, okay? And you could say unrealistic. Unrealistic is probably the wrong word. Maybe unmet. Unmet, I think, is a better word, especially based on what he says later in the book, okay? Now, let's look at this guy. Let's analyze this guy. So this is his LinkedIn, okay? He has done 7-8 years of college, got a master's in computer science, graduated May 2025 into the worst CS job market in living memory. Okay? Is that a sign of somebody who's probably having unmet expectations and is extremely angry? He's a Smash Bros player, so you know he's got problems there. He has a Steam game that had 2 user reviews. He's got Twitter posts where he predicted Kamala Harris would win all the swing states. Do you understand that I think this all lines up to a person who's just extremely, extremely frustrated with the way the world is playing out? By the way, right to be frustrated, I think wrong to go shooting at people, but you understand this? I think this is a very common and more common creation of our times, of a lot of downwardly mobile, angry people. And some of them are going to be crazier than others. I think this is exactly what's going on. Additionally, the second thing that would make this less likely to be a conspiracy is if the security at the event legitimately just sucked. And I think it legitimately did just suck. This is from his manifesto. He said, P.S., now that the sappy stuff is done, what the hell is the Secret Service doing? No damn security, not in transport, not in the hotel, not in the event. This is a guy on Hot Mic from Fox News.
I love that they have like 2 random chicks holding the front door open. We're not even trying anymore. It's not even like, I just mean like they're not even like Secret Service people. It's like the girls who work here are holding the door. Even if it was the guys, it wouldn't even make it better. It's like she's fucking just like they might as well put a doorstop in. Like, what the
Again, the guy just checked into a hotel above the event the day before, brought in guns and a hatchet, and so yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking this is just completely poorly planned, just a failure of security. Additionally, another part of his manifesto that really had me sent. He discussed motives of Trump being unfit for office, a pedophile, and a rapist. this scene really, this is Trump being interviewed about it. He doesn't mention him by name, though.
He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes.
Pause. Watch his eyes again. He jims the camera. Watch his eyes.
Willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person.
That's such a fire line. That's such a fire line.
I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But I said to myself, I'll do this interview and they'll probably, I read the manifesto, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and
these
I was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead, let's finish the interview.
The other thing that he...
So that didn't go well. Look, here's what I'll say. I know that a lot of you are more conspiracy brained than you used to be. And I think there are some weird things about this, but there's weird things about any fucking shooting, to be general. I'm of the opinion this kind of tracks. This guy's life tracks with someone who might do a shooting. This all kind of makes sense. I think what's more likely is that this is true, which is that Trump has cultivated a low civic trust. He's a guy who lies all the time. The government is not forthcoming with information or investigations. He habitually tries to use these incidents to advocate for unrelated, unpopular things. And in that environment, conspiracy theories, I think this is a irrational but makes sense response to what environment the world has become. We have a fragmented media environment. We have a president who's constantly trying to shoehorn things to fit his agenda and is doing so with this so quickly that it makes your head spin and it makes you think it's probably a conspiracy. But I think this guy's just a shooter. However, we're already into another phase of it. Again, tragedies and shootings in America have gotten down to a science at this point where we don't even wait one day before it's now conspiracy theories and blame. And so now we're already pointing fingers at maybe it was the rhetoric. Maybe it was Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's hate speech is the reason this guy did his shooting. And memes. And I want to, there's this post on here that encapsulated sort of what I felt. As I was reading this, this is going to sound bad, but and this is crazy, for a shooting on a president, regardless of my political opinion on where I stand or whatever, a shooting on a president is major news. And again, the one on Butler, I covered vociferously. But on this one, I was instantly, it's going to sound strange, but kind of like bored, like exhausted, like I didn't care, like disengaged. Like this one was not, it didn't have the spice that it should have. And I want to pull up this post. This guy, Dylan Byers, he's a journalist who was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And he talked about how after they left the Hilton after the shooting, he went to a bar with a small group of colleagues to touch base, get our bearings, and watch the news coverage. The TVs there were on a hockey game, and nobody in the bar seemed aware of what had just taken place, mere blocks away. We asked the bartender to change the channel to CNN. They did, and then the bar said, we have a policy against showing political content, and you have to go back to sports. I tried to imagine what the bar might have looked like on March 30th, 1981, an hour or so after Hinckley fired shots at Reagan at the same hotel. I imagined every television would have been on CNN. There would be wall-to-wall coverage. Passersby would have stopped in to watch. But it's unnerving how desensitized some people have become to shootings, obviously, but also to political violence and the abnormality of the moment. People are deeply, deeply desensitized. I called this at the beginning of the year of retreat. It feels like a larger and larger portion of people are just tuning the fuck out. It's too much. It's all too much noise. You know somebody somewhere is screwing you. Somebody somewhere is lying or twisting the facts to fit their agenda. Somebody somewhere is screwing you. And it's just like, why bother? People are pulling away. Attention to news in the US has declined across all age groups since 2016, and that young adults, ages 18 to 29, have consistently had the lowest levels. More people are tuning out. I truly feel this. And I think on some level, some part of it is the fact that this guy, for now 10 years, has been dominating every single piece of news coverage. It's been nonstop, wall-to-wall discussions. And so when you get another fucking shooting where I'm supposed to feel, I don't know, some kind of way, I'm supposed to rally behind him and make a whole speech about how I don't like political violence, which I don't. I'm annoyed. I'm over this guy. I'm over it, dude. It just feels like a push to the point of exhaustion on people's attention spans and interest in this type of stuff, and getting riled up and getting angry about anything other than the fact that basic shit is not working. I just no longer can find the stomach to get into heated debates over who's at fault on rhetoric. I just want to talk about this, bro. This is the only thing that's got to get fixed. Everything else is downstream. Angry, disaffected, nihilistic people are downstream of this. It's not Jimmy Kimmel. And that's what I want to fix. So this is my thoughts as I gave it a weekend to think about the White House Correspondents' Center shooting. And I think a lot of people are feeling the same. But let me know what you think. We'll be covering more stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, that's my update on the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. Literally, I'm not kidding. You know, because I remember I did a video about the Charlie Kirk shooting. You know, I've done videos on shootings before. And I started out by being like, hey, listen, I want to make my point clear about political violence. But I wanted to be honest with my feelings, which I wasn't feeling riled up about it. In this particular case, I just felt really cynical and kind of like disengaged and bored. That is my honest feeling of this event. It just felt like so whack, even though I don't think it was staged. And I don't think this will be the first time. You know, you watch the rest of that clip. Let me see if I can pull it up again. If you watch the rest of that clip, the Big A clip, where is it? Let's get it out of the way. Right, your landslide. Reagan had it, and landslide, American flag holding up a fist while bleeding from his ear, bro. I can't think of a time in history when someone's had an assassination attempt and that person didn't go on to landslide. Reagan had it and landslided. Bolsonaro, he got stabbed, he landslided. Yeah, this one is nothing. I mean, there's only early polling, but it doesn't look like it's moved his numbers at all. Like the resounding response is meh. There's no motion on this. This is the third one. This is the third one, yeah. The third attempt. Didn't even give him a landslide in 24. I would say Trump's performance in 24 is the closest you could get to a landslide from the way the Electoral College worked. I mean, you get the popular vote. That's crazy. That was completely unexpected. He outperformed in like every. I mean, he did good in the election. He's not a good person. I didn't vote for him, but he did good in the election. you're talking about in the book reminds me of Arab Spring in Egypt. A lot of highly educated 30-somethings with no job prospects were the leaders of the revolt. No, this is 100% true. This is, again, I think this is the most interesting part of the discussion. Is like legitimately a lot of the anger is coming from people who thought they were going to have more. It's not from people who are like at the bottom who are dead broke and were always broke. It's people who thought they were going to be, I don't know, art directors or fucking game developers or what. And then there's just no jobs for any of it. It's this downwardly mobile middle class. They are fucking angry. And you know, like, even the thing, you know, it's the Peter Turchin thing, but most revolutions in history come from this class. Most like the angriest group, because they have the combination of, you know, the education allows them to organize better and make movements better. So, it wasn't staged, but it's crazy how straight is using it to further his agenda. How can you people to care? No, this is exactly what I agree. 100%, lurker mate. I don't think it was staged, but it's like to immediately jump on it and use it as pretext to dissolve a lawsuit around the ballroom and then to roll out a paid media campaign with a bunch of influencers talking about the ball. It's just, it's another tacky thing in a long history of tacky thing. Like, it just makes you feel zero sympathy. It's grifter behavior, yeah. I'm not saying this is a good way to handle it, but if the ballroom is actually a data center, it could make more sense to treat it like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I literally do not know what you're talking about. I'm not saying it's a good way to handle it. Let bro cook. You're saying you think the problem is that the ballroom's not a data center? What do you think the point of my presentation is that the ballroom isn't safe enough? You think the point I was trying to make is that no, this is stupid because the ballroom doesn't have enough security? That's not what I was trying to get at, bro. I'm not trying to say we need to put more valuable things in the ballroom so they secure it even more. That's not what I was trying to say, but I see the vision. I see the vision. We should put all of the gold in Fort Knox in the ballroom. That way, it'll be very, very hard to attack because they'll put so much security around it. It needs to be like an Ocean's 11 proof heist. Winning by 2% in a year where every opposition party around the world by 30% is not a landmine. First of all, every opposition party around the world did not win by 30%. And winning by 2% in America is a big deal because America is an intensely polarized country with two fucking parties. Donald Trump winning the popular vote is unexpected. You can't earn credibility if you don't give credit. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too one-sided. What is your opinion on the American voting system that barely gives only two options? Your opinion is super bizarre, only have two options. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. How long will you stream? I'm streaming until I go to. I have to leave pretty soon. Actually, I probably have an hour. I have to go to the podcast. I am streaming until Lemonade's in. Yo. I had the boys. You think the president should be decided by combat? Yes, I do. I want the strongest person in hand-to-hand combat to be our president. That way they're physically fit enough to lead us. I think finally The Rock has a chance. Yeah, get The Rock out there. But yeah, it can only be old people. Okay? Actually, they should have everybody in the Senate fight it out, Hunger Games style, and the winner becomes the president. This solves two problems. One, we get a more mentally acute, sharp president. And two, we get rid of a lot of senators. It cleans house on the Senate, which has been too old for too long. And we get a president who's like sharp as hell. 65 plus, only heavyweights, bare knuckle. A cage fight between Biden and Trump would go hard. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. They'd both get heart attacks, bro. No, it wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be. You know what fucking lame? Remember when Elon Musk was supposed to fight Mark Zuckerberg in the actual literal Coliseum? And then he dropped out because his mom said he couldn't do it? What the fuck was that? We could have lived in such a better timeline. Elon Musk, by the way, has got like a foot and 100 pounds on Zuckerberg. And he's still pussied out. It's all center mass. Yeah, but he can just swing that shit around. Look, bro. If you think you can attack this with regular tactics, you're dead wrong. Okay. Okay, it's like a shield, it's like armor. You try to punch that dude? He's built like a Cybertruck. No, you're not going to be able to stop him, bro. Talk about Elon admitting they don't have the hardware in their cars sold for self-driving. Yeah. I'll talk about Tesla earnings real quick. Tesla earnings came out. The main takeaway is that the car business is essentially zero profit, zero growth. The car business, if you break it out, is doing horribly. And their amount of spend is vastly increasing on these big moonshots, robotics and the cabs. So it was a pretty poor earnings. They had profitability, but it was all from like one-time adjustments. It wasn't from like the sustainable part of the business. So I don't know. It looks pretty bad. I will say it's becoming more and more likely. I'm making the call. I already made the call, so I'm just saying it again. He's going to fold this shit into SpaceX. I think he legitimately wants to fold Tesla and SpaceX together to hit his fucking $1 trillion market cap increase, $1 trillion pay package. Just using the other shit to bail out Tesla. Could the board of shareholders or Tesla block unfolding and things like the board of shareholders could block Tesla from doing what Elon Musk wants? Yes. Have they or will they? No. They never have and they never will. He wants $1 trillion pay package, he gets $1 trillion pay package. They're not gonna whatever he wants to do, they will do. Okay? The Chinese EVs are unstoppable. In Brazil, it's a float on the streets. Dude, I even saw some in Mexico. That's right on the fucking border. I was down in Tijuana and I saw BYDs. It's they're all actually. That reminds me. There's a video I wanted to watch. Wait. Yeah, wait. 3 days ago. 3 days ago. Americans crave low-cost Chinese EVs.
These videos are all over the internet.
This is what $37,000 gets you in China, and I promise you are not ready.
On YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, American car influencers are hawking Chinese car brands.
If you're a rich mom in China, you're probably driving this. This is the Yangwang U8.
They're touting luxury features,
everything massages you,
state-of-the-art tech.
Hey, I'm astonished.
And most importantly, low prices.
All of this for $15,000.
But inflation-weary Americans watching these videos can't import the cars.
Yikes!
Let's go back a bit. For decades, the global auto industry was really ruled by basically the US, Europe, Japan, and Korea. Then China decided to get into the car business. The Chinese government forced Western automakers or non-Chinese automakers to form joint ventures with state-owned Chinese companies.
Can I bring it up? Can I bring it up? Can I bring it up? Or am I not allowed to? Okay? Can I talk my shit again, bro? 2019. I can't even find it, bro. Wait, yes, I can. Classic. 5 years. 5 years, bro. 2019. Exactly 5 years later. Exactly 5 years later. BYD passed Tesla. Interesting. Fucking interesting.
At first, they weren't very good at it because they were still new. At some point, Chinese automakers realized they were never going to beat them at gas cars. So they decided to play.
More like 6 or 7. No, legitimately 5 years. Exactly 5 years to the day after. Not to the day, but to the month after that post. BYD passed Tesla to become the largest car manufacturer worldwide in EVs. And now, when I first started talking about this on stream in 24, 25, everyone gives you shit and says, oh, no, these cars suck. They all explode. And I was like, no, they don't. They're doing really well. Now everyone's on board. Everyone's on the bus, bro. Everyone realizes, holy shit, these are fucking incredible. China is legitimately leading in EVs. I need to make this video, but there's many, many things I would, there's things I could point out that I'm very critical of China on. And my trip only exposed some real flaws there. But people are not positive enough on the things they're crushing at. And they're crushing at manufacturing and especially EVs.
A different game. And the Chinese.
What about the graveyards of EVs in China? I know you've seen the same photo that everyone posts of the graveyards of EVs. We have to understand the EV graveyards are a symptom of it working. The EV graveyards are the fact that they have like 100 different manufacturing brands all competing in EVs. And when one is too expensive or has not enough features or is outcompeted, it just loses and gets dumped. Okay? There is a lot of like left behind companies that have collapsed. But that is because there's intense, brutal competition among EV manufacturers in China. The first floor of every mall we went to in China was six or seven. I didn't mean that. Let's say 8 or 9 different EV brands. They're all competing, and they're engaged in massive price wars. In fact, BYD, I think today, right here, announced another wave of massive discounts. Even the Chinese government is trying to stop this, by the way. The Chinese government has been calling this Neijuan involution thing. They're saying you guys are competing too much. Nobody's able to make any profit, so you can't. They're literally, China's telling people to stop cutting prices. But they're doing it anyway. Because that's how fierce the competition is. Every company is worried that if someone else beats them, they'll get forced out of the market. It's a race to the bottom. So the deals are the best in the world by far.
Chinese government created a national goal to develop electric vehicle technology.
我们想做的是真正从底层逻辑上改变大家对新能源车的看法。
And a lot of Chinese.
BYD is not the first seller in China. BYD is the biggest EV manufacturer in China. However, within China, within Chinese borders, they're actually being outcompeted by other EV brands. BYD's majority makes its money through exports. They're by far the biggest around the world, but there's so much competition within China.
These entrepreneurs answered that call, like BYD, which started out as a battery company and then got into automotive. You also have Geely, where the founder Li Shufu started making parts for refrigerators. Xiaomi, they're a cell phone company that has now gotten into cars because cars are becoming.
Xiaomi SU7. Wait, where's my photo? Bro, they just fucking, yeah, it's just a Porsche, bro. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a heavily inspired Porsche design, but it's half the cost and they're slick. I'm not arguing for the morality. I'm arguing that it works.
I mean, really software driven.
It is a little loud.
Today we're at the headquarters of Carosoft Global at our new technical center. We have many vehicles that we have disassembled and done value analysis. We've done benchmarking work on. Here we have a Tesla Model Y, and it demonstrates their use.
Wait, why can't a U.S. company partner with a Chinese EV company? Geopolitical reasons, probably, but I think a smart thing to do would be to do to Chinese EV companies what they did to other companies and basically say, you can sell here. We're going to take out the tariff, but you have to partner with a local brand and teach them how to do it, teach them how to manufacture it. That would be a fair turnabout, and then it would be awesome. That's kind of what Canada's doing right now. You basically do a joint venture. They have to build the manufacturing in your country. They bring the technique and the process knowledge and the experience. They get 49 or 51%. And, you know, it's a win-win. They get money and you get the knowledge back. But, you know, we're trying to do I think the worst option, which is like plug our ears and pretend they don't exist as they outcompete all over the world. And by the way, it's not just affecting America. American car business has already been kind of weak. It's hurting Europe and it's hurting Japan. It's hurting Korea. Japan especially. I mean, the CEO of Honda, I don't know if I have his quote on me, but the CEO of Honda is like, this is 5 days ago. Honda CEO, we have no chance against Chinese automakers. He visited a factory. He's left him deeply concerned. So it's a broader issue. And I think governments need to figure out how to adapt in a way that doesn't attempt to just shut them out because it's not going to work. Yeah, the Ford CEO said this. The Toyota CEO is saying stuff. All the car CEOs are kind of freaking out. And to be honest, they're a little bit late to the party.
Of mega castings. In doing that, they're able to reduce the mass, reduce the number of parts, reduce the labor and the time it takes to build a vehicle. So very innovative approach. Now we see from China, the Xiaoping G6. They've come forward with a very nice vehicle. And if you look close, you find there is a mega casting in the rear. There is a mega casting in the front. There is no floor in the body. It's very, very similar. It's been imitated here. However, if you look closely and study it, you realize they've been improved upon. And we see that across the Chinese auto industry, brand by brand. This drive to imitate, to improve, to increase, and to do it very, very quickly. And we're reminded, it's not the big that eats the small. It's the fast that eat the slow. So when you look at the speed,
Wait, bars. Wait, bars.
Of the Chinese auto industry. I think the traditional OEMs, those from North America, those from Europe, they get it. They understand. This cannot be left unchecked.
Car companies in the United States definitely need to worry about Chinese cars, and they are worried about Chinese cars. Even though it's basically impossible to sell them in the United States today.
The reason is a combination of tariffs and regulation that's linked to national security.
Oh, one more thing I want to say about the fucking tariffs. I'm sorry, but listen, there's an argument you could make from a geopolitical angle that, hey, auto manufacturing is really important for a country to have. Because if there's ever a war, in wartime, auto manufacturing plants can be converted quickly into military manufacturing. So having a domestic auto industry is actually considered important for that reason. Maybe you don't want your car companies to get beaten. Okay. If you're going to have a tariff that is a targeted tariff towards EVs or whatever, to other car manufacturing, to help protect your domestic auto industry, you should not have a tariff that also tariffs the imports of raw materials to making the shit in America. Our tariff policy is so fucking stupid that it makes it more expensive to manufacture here because you can't import the fucking steel or aluminum or glass or many. It is so backwards. If you have to do a tariff, which I don't think you really should, I think you should just fucking compete, but if you have to, you do a small but steadily increasing one maybe that's only on the finished product. It's so backwards, bro. It's making it so impossible to even close to cost effectively compete.
In 2024, under President Biden, the United States introduced a 100% tariff on Chinese EV exports. In addition to that, in early 2025, a new rule was introduced, which essentially banned the sale and import of vehicles containing technology linked to China. This in practice makes it very, very difficult for Chinese companies to import into the United States.
Even though the US has these policies in place to keep Chinese cars out, they're growing almost everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
They have a lot of market share in Mexico, they're growing in Brazil, they're taking over Europe, they're big in Southeast Asia. Think of it as a global pie that's a finite size. And so when the Chinese come in and take share, that means another automaker like Toyota or Ford or...
And I want you to follow up on that. Is like, if you're Toyota or Ford or Volkswagen or Honda, you have right now the biggest market share you'll have before every year you lose more share to Chinese companies. And that means you have the biggest amount of profits you can spend on R&D. And if you're not using that to innovate, if you're using it as many American companies do on stock buybacks, then next year you have even less to work with. It's like you need to be ahead of the game on this. You need to be using the money now to invest in competition for the future. If you don't, even protective policies like tariffs won't save you because you'll lose so much money that you lost overseas.
Volkswagen is losing share. Just like we're seeing the growth of physical EV exports from China, viewers in the US on social media are also seeing them more. Last December, YouTuber Marquez Brownlee posted a review of the...
We talked about this. And by the way, again, it's not just US. This is happening in, if anything, more scary in Germany and Japan. But it's happening all over. It's like, I think the auto industry in general was not ready for a serious, motivated, cost-competitive competitor.
Xiaomi SU7, and he was really impressed with it.
There is basically no question in my mind that if a car like this was available in the US for $42,000, that it would crush.
100%. The review went viral with over 10 million views. It really woke Americans up to just how sophisticated Chinese cars have become.
Kind of fucked up that when I say it, everyone goes, "You're fucking lying," they explode. And when Marquez Brownlee says it, everyone goes, "Oh my God, I have to buy one." Pissed off, bro. I had so many comment debates.
China's entry into the global auto market is very controversial because it's threatening the future of a lot of existing companies. There's really dueling narratives about what's going on. If you talk to people in the US or in the West, they'll say that China is not playing fair, that they're getting support from the government. But one thing I noticed on TikTok is that there's a really different narrative there. And what you see is that the story is more it's the US who's being unfair and hypocritical by not letting American people buy them.
While lurking on Red Note, I found out about this car. We can't sell this car because
So what I'll say is, look, the Chinese government does subsidize manufacturing, but to ask a consumer to give a shit about that is batshit insane. As a consumer, you care about one thing. I want a good fucking quality car at a low price. That's all they care about. That's all they've always cared about. They're not in some fucking national mission to help out the fucking Ford shareholder. Like, do you understand? And like, if we're deeply concerned about that, if that is a real concern, then the option is not to shut the fuck up and do nothing about it. The option is to either make the cars more competitive or find a way to domestically support the manufacturing industry. But don't like pretend it doesn't exist and bitch about it. Like, we can have a better industrial policy.
it's Chinese.
I think when people on social media see Chinese cars, not only are they so impressed with the technology and the price, they're also really mad because cars have become really unaffordable in the United States. The average new car price in the US is around $50,000. That's just out of reach for more and more people, especially now with inflation and high interest rates. Everyone talks about how quickly China is moving. They can design, develop, and produce a new car in 18 months versus 3 to 5 years for a Western car company. And that brings up questions of quality and reliability. But the truth is we don't know yet because EVs are still a relatively new technology. Even though there may be some questions in consumers' minds, that doesn't mean that the legacy automakers aren't looking to China to learn how to make cars like they do.
What you're seeing right now is actually a lot of big European automakers engaging with Chinese technology very openly. US companies have been very hesitant and it's been very difficult for them to do the same. So it's a really difficult balance to get right. I think the future of the US automotive industry really hinges on the question of whether or not there's going to be more openness to Chinese technology. It might mean more openness to maybe licensing some Chinese technologies. These kinds of arrangements, if done carefully, could be a real boon for the US industry. It could allow for more innovation.
Yeah. I mean, that is the way to win, bro. The way to win is to yoink and twist. I'm not kidding. They just do what they did. That's the one thing I think I would love to see us adopt from China is the joint venture thing. Just fucking yoink and twist. Get the shit over here. Get the technology. Learn how to use it. Bring some manufacturing prowess back. Get rid of tariffs that make it cost prohibitive to import materials. It's not that crazy. It would work.
Even though the US has been successful so far in keeping Chinese cars physically out of the country, they can't control what people see or what people think. The Chinese cars are very hard to resist for a lot of people. And I think that puts pressure not just on US politicians, but also the rest of the auto industry to have more affordable cars that are as good as the Chinese, or else people are just eventually going to vote with their wallets.
Yeah, 100%. Some new info in that, but no basic idea. Yeah, I've seen this, but I'll show it. This is car exports by country. This is 2016. China all the way down here. This is 2020, still down here. Between 2020 and 2024, they went from below the United States to #1 in the world in car exports. It's so rapid. It caught everyone by fucking surprise. It's much bigger now. This is 2 years ago. So, but obviously, Japan, Germany are the ones really getting hit because so much of their economy is on the manufacturing industry. Why did no one else drop? They're mostly flatlining. It's really they're flattening out, and the growth is going here. This is where the growth is. Isn't Mexico mostly exporting U.S. cars? Yeah. Yeah, Mexico on this graph is largely the plants of American auto manufacturers. That's correct. It's like Ford and stuff down in Mexico. But it's not all. I mean, there's a lot of companies have fucking. Yeah, Mazda, for example. There's Japanese companies there too. I mean, it's car companies built in Mexico to export into the U.S. for cheap. BYD's in Mexico. Yeah. Is there an argument to make that lifting restrictions will temporarily increase blue-collar jobs while companies do R&D? No. No, I mean, listen, it's like introducing a predator into a controlled environment, like in an ecosystem. Like it'll destroy American auto companies if they just open up. If they go zero tariff, all Chinese EVs, there will be a lot of plants that lay off people in America, 100%. And they're trying to avoid that. But they're doing it in a way that is just causing the pain soon afterwards. They're not doing it in a way where it's like getting them up to speed. You could like gradually lower tariffs. You could do that. You could, again, joint ventures are one of the best ways to do it. But it's a band that you have to rip off. You just can't ignore it. You can't la 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 la. You have to do something. The cars are better and cheaper right now. So what's the plan? It's not some magic. You can build good cars. Done it before. You have to. Is there an example of the U.S. ever doing a joint venture before? I'm sure. I don't have it off the top of my head, but definitely. Imagine they keep the tariffs forever. Why can't that just work? Yeah, the reason it can't work is because a company like, let's say Ford or Chevy or GM makes a huge portion of their profits overseas. And so even if America keeps the tariff forever, slowly but surely, all of those profits will be whittled away. And their ability to innovate and spend money on R&D will get smaller and smaller and smaller as they get outcompeted in every other country they export to. It'll put them behind. And then by the time they're like, oh, fuck, we can only sell American cars to America because everything else is banned, it'll be too late. You won't have enough to be able to compete. It's like the shitty Russian cars during the Cold War. Like they were an audience of one. They had it's a USSR. It's like they had those really bad backwards ass cars, and there's just no pressure to compete or innovate. You need the competition. Competition is like the greatest force multiplier in business. The only time a company is like chatter, they're naturally lazy. A company naturally wants to sit on their ass and collect fees, collect rent, do stock buybacks. Okay, that's what a company wants to do. It's a natural human thing, really. But a company, the only thing that forces it into action, that forces it to change or innovate, is competition. The threat that it'll all be gone, that they'll lose their money, that they'll lose their customers, that they'll be fucking back to being brokey. They need that forcing function. Are you saying that Ladas are bad cars? Yes. I'm not really a car guy, but that's my understanding. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Which of the LS book club books did you enjoy the most? Of all the LS book club books, I enjoyed The Price of Peace the most. It seems a little long, but it's actually a pretty riveting read. I would give it a shot. It covers some of the most interesting moments in recent history, World War I, World War II, through the eyes of a closeted gay man who did a lot of orgies, John Maynard Keynes. It was a really interesting book. But if you're wondering, maybe read this book, bro. This book is making me understand not only our moment better, but some of my fucking radical ass chatters. I think this describes a lot of my chatters who are like, fucking end it all, bro. Start. They're definitely in this wave. I don't agree with their policy prescriptions, but I can understand better why they're in such a mood. If you think about it, Xbox is back, bro, I don't agree. Am I problematic for not buying into this? This whole like, oh, wait a minute, this CEO's great after all. She's really what the fuck am I? No. All they did was cut Game Pass prices to higher than they were before they raised them. Like, it's $7 down, like 15 up. What? And they cut out Call of Duty, which is why they had to cut the price temporarily to give an excuse for cutting Call of Duty. It's not like, oh my God, it's saved. Anyway, I just don't agree. I'm not buying the narrative. I mean, listen, I'll happily do it if I see real change. But right now, it still looks like the same fucking Microsoft. Totally cooked, totally behind in gaming. Largely trying to figure it out. I don't believe it. And I promise you, we're going to see some other announcements, but there's going to be like a whole bunch of AI stuff, I'm quite sure. And that's going to make people feel weird. So, you think the Steam Machine ever actually comes out? I don't know. I mean, the Steam Machine is kind of borked by the vastly increased costs of its materials. I think the Steam Machine was hoping for there not to be a crisis in Hormuz and a memory fucking AI demand that, like, the price is going to be so much higher than they thought. So I'm not quite sure that even the great Gabe Newell planned for that. And it may not be a consumer-friendly product at the price they have to do it. But maybe it will. We'll see. Aiton Lewick, thank you for the 46 months. The RAM thing's going to fuck all the consoles? Yeah, and phones. Phones next year are going to be more expensive. The RAM thing's fucking everybody. By the way, not to be a drama mama, but do you guys notice how I made a video about how RAM prices are not going to go down, and this was like a false start, and that there's many reasons why they're staying up, and it won't be. And then Linus Tech Tips made a video saying, this is it, RAM prices are finally falling. And then now it's been fucking a month, and RAM prices are still exactly as high as they were. Just interesting. That's interesting to me. Because I thought that, like, I don't know tech, I'm not like a tech YouTuber, so maybe I couldn't figure it out. I just know economics, and I just looked at it. You don't need to hate LTZ anymore in NVIDIA? I don't hate LTZ. I actually like Luke on LTZ. I think that guy's badass. And when I was at NVIDIA, I loved Linus Tech Tips because I had to. It's part of my job. We had to constantly try to get Linus Tech Tips to say nice things about us, even though he wouldn't. Okay? Bro, we would do our absolute best. We'd do our absolute best, and then his title thumbnail would be like, NVIDIA did what? And they'd be like fucking bombing the Middle East or something. Thoughts on CPUs? Also going to kick super friction and focus on AI CPUs. Everyone's doing it, bro. The AI money's too good. Every part of the computer stack is realizing that selling to Sam Altman is better because he has an infinite blank check. Now they're going to realize he can't pay it. I mean, that's probably my next story, bro. But I kind of want to make some slides, so maybe I won't do it right now. I'll give you the brief is that the OpenAI CFO came out and said they missed both revenue and user targets. They had planned to hit like 1 billion users. They didn't hit it. And they planned to make a certain amount of revenue. They didn't hit it, which is like, uh-oh. They needed to be growing. Like they set these targets as like this is what we have to hit in order to get enough money to pay back all the shit we promised. We're already not hitting it. So it is like I said, I'm a little bit different from most of the AI bubblers in that I don't think AI is going anywhere, nor do I don't think AI is fake. I do think OpenAI is the dark beating heart of a financial bubble. That's what I said, and I stand by it, bro. I stand by it. OpenAI has bitten off way more than they can chew. They've promised way more than they can afford, and it will be a problem. They will hit the rubber on the road on that. Even Microsoft. Microsoft is like, I don't have the exact wording on it, but Microsoft is like changing its partnership with OpenAI. It's like we can see other people. It's basically like we're not breaking up. We can just see other people is like the way they phrased it. It's an open relationship. And it's like, okay, that's a breakup, bro. What are your thoughts on Ed Zitron's takes that basically all the model providers will never be profitable? How do you think Anthropic is different than OpenAI? Yeah, I could talk about that. By the way, I tweeted at Ed and asked him to come on Big A for an interview. If you guys would like to signal boost that in any way, that would be really helpful. Because I'd like him to know that I'm not just I don't know, you know, you gotta. Where did I put this? Right here. If you could like this or reply to this or say vouch, that would, because I'd like to interview him. However, just to be super transparent, trying to find it. Trying to find it. He's made some. He's changed, is what I'm trying to say. He's changed his argument a couple times. And I actually did some research to check this. I wanted to make sure I wasn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be 100% behind the guy. He's shifted the goalposts quite a bit. I think you can be skeptical, as I am, and understand that there's also a financial benefit to being skeptical, and people will just do it no matter what. And I get this sense more that he's molding the data to fit a conclusion. But I'd love to talk to him about it. Yes, that's about Ed. That's correct. And what value do you see in talking to him? Well, the truth is, he's probably the most up to date on evidence that supports that conclusion. People who are all in on one line of thought will look obsessively for anything about that. And I would like to get the latest updates. The truth is, there's like a lot of there's a lot of very alarming news coming out of Oracle and OpenAI, and it'd be interesting to talk to him about it. Your craziest interview for me is still J-Reg. I was 100% sure he'd troll you, but he was actually nice. He was great, bro. We met up and had Korean barbecue. He's just a nice dude. He's funny. Yeah, I might see him if I go to Canada. You think you'll be able to get Steve Eisman back on the pod? I might go on Steve Eisman's pod. He invited me. I'm just trying to reduce my obligations. But yeah, I might go on Steve Eisman's pod. I want to talk to him about how if he changed his mind. I'll be like, bro, you see what's happening in private credit, you see what's happening in auto default, you see what's happening in the connection between banks and fucking private equity. Let's see if you think about changing your tune, bro. Get Tucker Carlson on the pod and immediately switch up. Dude, what if I get Tucker Carlson on the pod and I take a strongly pro Tucker Carlson stance and throw Aiden under the bus? That would be fucking beast. Gordon Chase never. Don't worry. I don't listen to my chat about anything regarding platforming, bro. I think platforming is one of the dumbest fucking ideas of all time. If you can't in person explain why they're wrong, then they're just gonna keep. Yeah, I think it's so stupid. You're platforming Trump at the start of the stream? Yup. Yeah, like I would turn down a Trump interview. I can't platform him, bro. I don't listen. Have you heard of the phrase? This comes from a game developer's a GDC talk from a game dev. I forgot who. There's a great GDC talk that Isto made me watch, I think, when we were starting to do game dev. I didn't do any work on game dev, but he made me watch it anyway. And it was about how when you're doing play tests, you should listen to feedback on what they are mad about, but never on their suggestions. It was like saying basically like if they're like this part sucks, you should change this balance or whatever, it's always wrong, but the fact that they are pointing that out is a problem. And I think of that with chat. I basically mostly, or YouTube comments, like if they're all complaining about something, it's like, okay, I need to like think about, but I never, what the things they think I should change are wrong. Mm, 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 mm. Anyway, that's what I've learned over my years of doing this now. It's the same eliminates in Discord. Yeah, amen. Honestly, for the LS thing, my biggest feedback on that is that I just need to add an intro. I've done an intro every other time and it's been no problem, but on that one I didn't, and it put people in a bad mind state. I hate that you don't stream 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, legitimately, I mean no disrespect. If I did that, my ability to like actually read and synthesize anything would be gone. And I would just be repeating your opinions back to you. That is all you can do if you stream 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's like the chat already has an opinion, and then I just tell it to you back to you. That sounds awesome. Anyway. Oh, by the way, can we talk about... Listen, I've been talking about real shit for a couple hours. Can I talk about more interesting shit? The Lakers tomorrow closing this shit out 4-1, going to the next round, beating OKC's ass, Luka back. Fuzzy Frank, Dave of the Prime, a gentleman's sweep. This is why Trump keeps talking about the ballroom. He needs somewhere for LeBron to practice. If they put a basketball court in the ballroom, I'll support it. Trump, you can get my vote. Dude, what if it was like, yeah, they call it the ballroom, and it's like Madison Square Garden. Like they have major fucking games there. It's like tonight in the ballroom, live from Washington, D.C. The finals between the Lakers and the Celtics. Like that would be incredible. What if it's just a massive ball pit? You think Trump should go, what was that convention? What was the convention with the ball pit? DashCon. Trump should go DashCon with the ballroom. DashCon ballroom edition. How'd your gaming bracket go with the Trump shooter? Dude, this is a real question you could ask people that Aiden knows. This is a legitimate, honest question you could ask people that Aiden has met and broken bread with. I'm going to ask him on the pod. I'm going to ask him on LS tonight. Can you backseat Grubby coaching Hera? Wait, what time is it? 1:31? How about I run one Warcraft game? For my Warcraft arc. I have to go to the fucking... Look at this. Look at my friends hanging out without me, bro.
Oh, gotcha, Guzum.
Grubby's coaching Hera in Warcraft 3. And am I leaving afterwards? Yeah, I have to record LS at 2:30. And there's a bit of a drive time in Los Angeles. So I'm probably going to play one game. Holy shit, he's getting tagged by orcs. Wait, is he losing? Is he losing?
He got a chance to play with Hera and get casted. I respect the hustle, you know. I appreciate
just running around. I bet they have a group chat you're not even in. I bet they fucking do. 1 hour for game drive yap? Easy. Fucking easy. You know what they say? It's not about the big fish eating the small fish, but the fast eating the slow. All right? I'm going to be like Chinese EV companies and move fucking fast. Let's fucking go. I'm going to play one Warcraft game. Warcraft 3 Arc. Warcraft 3 Arc. continues. Butcher the quote immediately. Shut up. I'm trying to play Warcraft 3 in the middle of my other obligations. I'm trying to stay ahead of Hera. So far, here's where I'm at, folks. I am 1,035 MMR. Hera is 860. However, Hera has 152 games. I have how many? 67. 67? Holy cinema! I have 67 games. Okay, it's everywhere. And so I'm trying my best, but he's a demon, bro. He practices all the time. And so I'm trying. The game is actually really fun. This is what I didn't account for. So I did drop out of the tournament, largely because I had travel. Travel, this tax obligation and other things. Also the ability to get my Big A clip channel back to moving. So I did drop out. However, I failed to account for one thing, that I really do love the game. It's actually quite fun. I haven't played it since it was popular when it came out. It's like the 2000s. Okay, and it's actually a fucking great game. It's a really, really fun game. And also you can win crypto. I got a match found. Oh, what? A player was not ready to start the game. Okay. Good up. Holy Coach, Groby and Heron. Dude, I was thinking, wouldn't it be interesting to do a Hitman tournament with streamers? To do it in the style of the Hitman tournament I got second in, where it's like 1v1s, 30 minutes on the clock, custom. Wouldn't that be really fun with streamers? I feel like it would be awesome. I have to organize. All right, human. Titbit Nipply. Jesus Christ. That's your username? Titbit Nipply? I am playing the Night Elf versus the humans. Oh, fuck. Wait. Fuck me.
We can't build there.
Night Elf v humans, folks. Okay, we'll do this. I need a 150 right here. Come on. Titbit Nipply. Oh, look at my APM. Holy fuck, he's so fast. Is Rifle Paladin still OP? I said this on Hera's stream. Warcraft 3 is more racist than the American South. Every race in Warcraft 3, every player of the race, hates the other race. They think everyone else is OP and broken and imbalanced, and theirs is the only true skill one. It is insane. Playing this game for just a few days, I've realized that I've already become it. I think Night Elf is the only skill-based race. Everyone else is frauds. Humans fucking are abusers. Undead never quit the game. Orcs are all brain dead. Okay? This is what I truly believe.
Your building is complete.
Hold up. I need to...
Insufficient gold.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some kush up in it. So what I'm doing right now is called Ancient of War Creeping, where you use your building as a weapon. Look at this. My building is fighting for me. When you kill these neutral creeps, you get experience for your hero. Okay, I don't want to kill the thing, though. Get out there, Demon Hunter. Make it about you. Oh my god, wait, he's gonna die. Wait, he's gonna die! Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. I'm probably gonna lose off that. Oh, I'm gonna lose off that! Oh, that really, 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 really bad. That's a game-losing play, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
But it's fine. I guess I could expand it. Oh, run, 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 run. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. This is going to be back any second now. We're fine. What we're going to have to do is harass him. Because we can't... do anything. I can't really creep without being able to make archers. So I need to find him. Oh God, run, 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 run. Here we go. What do you think about this, brother? What do you think about this, brother? Oh, how you gonna creep? How you gonna creep? I'm actually getting him. I'm actually cooking his goose.
Your building is complete.
You need to go here.
The time has come. Doranekal. Anatorenadur. Though I be damned. Though I be damned.
I stand
My
ready.
blade thirsts.
Okay.
Your building is complete.
At last.
Okay.
On your mark, say no more.
I'm harassing him. Oh, this is not so good for you, my friend.
I stand ready.
Run for your life. At
Our
last.
warriors have engaged the enemy. Point the way.
The time has come.
Uh-huh. Look at this harassment, bro.
Waiting on you.
Command me, though I be damned. Anatorenadur. None shall survive.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Upgrade finished.
We must act.
On your mark.
We must act.
Waiting on you.
Quickly. At last.
Okay, he's coming towards me.
The time has come.
He's coming towards me. And we're gonna try and get
Insufficient gold.
this guy.
Insufficient gold. Point the way. Fire. Insufficient.
Come on, 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 come on.
Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold.
My blade thirsts.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy. Your move. Fair enough.
The time
Uh-huh.
has come. Doranekal.
Just give me my fucking... There it is.
For the Empress. Your blood is mine.
This is all going according to Keikaku. This is working. I'm harassing.
Your building.
Where's my item? Did I get an item?
is complete.
At last.
Okay, we're gonna go right here. Oh, nope. One of these.
Insufficient gold.
We must act.
Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna shoot this.
Waiting on you.
My blade thirsts.
Our warriors have
We're using the Ancient of War to create. Oh no! Please God, don't die! Please God! Okay. Thank you.
insufficient gold. The great outdoors.
Scroll the beast. Love that. I'm sort of a beast, so it works.
Insufficient gold.
Okay. You need to go heal. You need to go heal. Almost up. The tech has been good. We're fully healed. Let's go.
Research finished. The great
Okay. Now we Can't go for a red one. I'll go for this. Oh, I should have got the fucking item. Oh.
More lumber is insufficient gold. Is there trouble?
Uh-huh. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Are we being invaded? The hunt is on for the trees.
The time has come. At last.
I will not be trifled with. In Ashara's name.
We must act.
What? What you want? What you want, brother?
The sleeper has
Yeah,
awakened.
I need boots.
Is it time?
And I need one of these.
Insufficient gold. Research finished.
Da-da-da-da. What can I creep? What can I creep? What can I creep? I creep this. Plug it.
Where shall I strike?
Only a god goes for this. No, I'm not even level 3, bro. This is really bad. Holy. My macro's good though, huh? Holy. Let him cook, bro. Let him cook.
Research finished. Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold.
Come on, baby.
Insufficient gold.
Did he expand? Tell me his ass didn't expand, bro. Embracers, okay.
The sleeper has awakened.
He didn't expand, which means we need to attack.
Insufficient gold. Create more moonlight.
We'll attack and then come back. That's what we'll do.
Though I be damned at last.
Point the way.
My blade thirsts.
On your mark.
The sleeper has awakened.
Research
More moonlight. Waiting on you. Your moon.
We must act.
Our
Uh-huh.
warriors have engaged the enemy.
Kill this. We need a roar.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Perfect. Perfect.
Create more moonlight.
Okay, we did the damage.
We must act.
We buy the thing. We need to buy one of these. And we need to go down here and creep again.
Insufficient gold. Create more moonlight.
This is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, go, go, go.
The sleeper has awakened.
Uh-huh. Sorry, I'm in the zone now. I'm in the zone, bro. I'm cooking. I'm playing like a real good game, bro. These.
The time has come.
Okay.
My strength is yours.
I need to heal. Heal, heal, heal. Heal. Now, I think he was going to expand. I think he was going to expand. I'm not 100% certain, but I think so.
Command me.
I think he was expanding.
Create more moonlight.
All right, we're gonna add 2.
What is nature's call?
He is. You fool! I caught you dead to rights. Oh, back up, 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 back up. Perfect. Run! Run! No, run, 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 run!
Your building is
Uh-huh. Go here.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Let's go! Let's go! G. Not a badly played game. Can we be for real? Not a bad. I was using my money. I was all over the fucking map. That was a clean game. I did blunder my Agent of War. I won't deny it. But I don't know. I don't know how to. I haven't learned all the fucking creep patterns or how much you do or whether to bring a wisp. This is all raw. Run it back? Nah, I got no time anymore. I could probably do one more, honestly. Earnestly. Another dub. Get to 69. Challenge Hera. I was going to be Hera's practice partner when he needs it. He's in a coaching session right now, so I don't think we can do that. But he's got to get 1,000 first. You know what I'm saying? Get up to my level. All right? I can't be playing with 800. It's a bad look. Please explain the game for those of us who don't know it. It's just so hard to catch you completely up, but I'll give you a very quick primer, bro. I'll give you a very quick primer because the game is actually really quite fun. Look. The game is kind of like a RTS game, a strategy game, but it's really not about your economy very much. They make the economy very simple. You just get a gold mine, you put 5 workers on it, and that's your income, basically. It's really all about micro and unit control. You have hero units that are super, super strong, and they have special powers. They're like League of Legends champions, honestly, but you have multiple of them. And the hero units gain experience by killing anything, but especially neutral creeps. So this game is about balancing killing your opponent's heroes in their base while also killing all this neutral stuff on the map to get items and levels. So you get the armies are much smaller than most RTS games. You have like a small focused army. And it's really all about the heroes. So what I'm doing in this game is I'm using the Night Elf's only good hero, the Demon Hunter, which is, to be fair, busted. It's extremely strong. And I'm trying to level him up. So I make sure not to kill this thing until the Demon Hunter comes out so he gets the experience. You see, he comes out right now. He walks over. And as long as it dies when he's there, I get the experience. So I get the experience, see? So I'm trying to power level my Demon Hunter by using this building. And then most of the game, I lose my fucking Agent of War, which is tragic. Is we're just fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting until somebody gets a strong enough hero or army to win. And that's the game. That's why it's fun. But the reason I won is that I think I had a hero advantage. Level 3, level 1, and I'm level 3, level 2. But also he built an expansion here to get more gold, and I caught him at it. Building an expansion costs a lot of money. So it pays itself off pretty quickly, but if you attack them when they just built it, they have no extra. You have more army and they have more building. See, he wastes all his money building this. And then I show up, and now my army's bigger than his. And so he did all in. He basically used all his spells and army to try and kill my hero. If you kill my hero, it's really bad. So I ran away. I was fucking hauling ass. And because I got away, game's over. He lost all his army. He's got nothing left. So that is the idea. That is the idea. Is my Demon Hunter a K-pop star? Absolutely. They made that movie about my fucking Demon Hunter, bro. All right, chat. I'm gonna leave. I have to get ready for the podcast. But I am back. I am not traveling. It's happening, bro. It's fucking happening. I don't think I'll be live tonight. I'm gonna be so exhausted after the podcast, but I will be live tomorrow. I'll be live early tomorrow. Same time, because we're doing the Jerome Powell final press conference. is the idea. Okay? Thanks for watching. Much appreciate you. Really am trying to really grind. I'm also just thinking about this. I might want to open up, I don't know, like do some Discord thing or something. I'm trying to like get back into a consistent schedule with other things. So we'll talk about it. Anyway, we're going to rate stands. I never get to rate stands, so I'm going to rate stands. Give stands some love. And peace, deuces, much appreciated. Bye.